All right, future IAS officers, let's get this deep dive started. Today's date, December 30th, 2024. And you know what that means. Another day, another batch of current affairs to sift through for those crucial UPSC exams.
But don't worry, we've done the heavy lifting for you.
Exactly. We've got some really fascinating stories today, from a local Mumbai incident to international collaborations and even a touch of ancient Indian history.
It's fascinating to see how seemingly unrelated events can connect to various themes in the UPSC syllabus.
Okay, so let's jump right in. What's first on the agenda?
Well, there was that recent fire incident near Mumbai's Sanjay Gandhi National Park. I thought we could start there.
Right. Sanjay Gandhi National Park, or SGNP, I saw that in the news. Always a bit concerning when something like that happens so close to home.
Definitely. And it highlights the importance of this park, not just as a green space for Mumbaikars, but a crucial biodiversity hotspot.
Yeah, SGNP. A lot of people just think of it as, that big park in Mumbai.
It's actually one of the largest protected areas located within a city limit, anywhere in the world. Over 100 square kilometers of diverse flora and fauna.
Wow, I didn't know that.
There are even ancient Kanheri caves within the park. And you know what else?
What?
There are tigers in SGMP.
Wait, hold on. Tigers? In Mumbai?
Yes. A small population, but their presence underscores the park's significance for conservation efforts. Imagine a question on national parks in the UPSC exam with a specific focus on SGMP and its unique features.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so moving on from tigers in Mumbai to drones in Turkey.
Right, the Bayraktar Akinci. Now, this is quite the piece of technology.
I read about this. Long-endurance flights, air-to-air, air-to-ground capabilities. It's like something out of a sci-fi film.
It's definitely a game changer. Developed by the Turkish company Bayraktar, the Akinci is designed to support fighter jets and can carry out various attack missions. It can fly for 25 hours straight with a range of 7,500 kilometers, and it can carry a payload of...
Hold on. 25 hours. 7,500 kilometers. That's insane.
And get this, it can carry a payload of 1,500 kilograms. But here's the kicker.
What, there's more?
It's the first drone capable of launching an air-launched cruise missile, an ALCM.
Whoa, okay, so this is way beyond just surveillance. We're talking serious firepower here.
Right. Think about the implications for modern warfare and global security. That's a potential UPSC question right there.
Absolutely. The impact of drone technology on warfare, international relations, even ethical considerations.
It's a big one.
Okay, well, let's shift gears a bit. I saw something about a joint India-Mauritius meeting, and it's taking place on a ship.
Yes. The INS Sarvekshak, to be precise. It's an Indian Navy hydrographic survey ship.
Hydrographic survey, so like mapping the ocean.
Exactly. They use sonar and other equipment to chart the seabed. This data is crucial for navigation safety, resource exploration, and understanding marine ecosystems.
So why a joint meeting with Mauritius?
It's a collaborative project. India sharing its expertise and resources, strengthening ties with Mauritius.
Ah, so it's about more than just the science. There's a diplomatic angle, too.
Absolutely. It's about maritime diplomacy, strategic partnerships in the Indian Ocean region. The UPSC could easily ask about India's role in the region, its foreign policy priorities.
Right. And speaking of things that could impact us,
Right.
there's that norovirus outbreak happening in the U.S.
Oh, yes. Norovirus. It causes gastroenteritis, basically inflammation of the stomach and intestine.
Oh, that sounds fun. Not.
Symptoms include vomiting and diarrhea. It's highly contagious. The U.S. is seeing a lot of cases right now.
Yikes. So is this like a really bad flu?
No, it's not influenza. It's a stomach bug. And it spreads very easily through contaminated food, water, person-to-person contact.
Okay, so wash your hands, everyone. But, how does this tie into the UPSC?
Well, think about it. Public health infrastructure, disease outbreaks, international cooperation in disease control.
Okay, I see. It's a global health concern.
Yeah.
Got it. Now let's end on something a little less nauseating, shall we?
Definitely. Let's talk about the Sri Salam Temple.
The Sri Salam Temple. I've seen pictures. It's stunning. Located in the Nalamala Hills, overlooking the Krishna River. It looks straight out of a history book.
It's an incredible site, not just architecturally, but also for its religious and historical significance. It's one of the 12 Jyotirlingas dedicated to Lord Shiva.
Jyotirlingas, those are always important for UPSC, right?
Absolutely. And it's also a Shakti Pitha, so it's a place of worship for both Shiva and Shakti.
Wow, a fusion of Shaivism and Shaktism.
Exactly. And historically, the temple has connections to various dynasties, from the Satavahanas to the Vijayanagar kings.
So many layers of history. Hey, didn't Adi Shankaracharya have a connection to Sri Salam Temple as well?
He did. He's said to have visited the temple and composed his famous Sivananda Lahiri there.
Okay, so we've got ancient Indian history, temple architecture, religious practices, and even a philosophical connection.
It's all there, waiting to be explored.
All right, UPSC aspirants, take note. This is how we connect the dots between current events and your vast syllabus.
And speaking of connecting the dots, it really makes you think about the challenges of protecting these precious green spaces, especially in a city like Mumbai.
Yeah, I mean, development is important,
Yeah.
but so is preserving our natural heritage.
Absolutely. It's a constant balancing act for policymakers. And it's a topic that frequently pops up in UPSC exams. You know, sustainable development, urban planning, disaster management.
Right. Understanding those complex interconnections.
And speaking of complex, let's circle back to that Bayraktar Akinci drone. There's a lot to unpack there, beyond just the technology itself.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, a drone that can launch cruise missiles, that's a whole new level of warfare.
Right. It raises questions about global security, the balance of power.
Yeah. I mean, Turkey isn't traditionally seen as a major player in the drone industry, but now,
They're right up there at the forefront. And it's going to have ripple effects, you can be sure of that.
definitely, alliances might shift. Defense strategies will need to adapt.
Exactly. And for UPSC aspirants, this is crucial stuff. You could be asked to analyze the impact of these technologies on global security, how they might change the dynamics of power in certain regions.
Or even the ethical implications of autonomous weapons systems.
Oh, absolutely. It's a Pandora's box.
Pandora's box, that's a good way to put it. Makes me think of that India-Mauritius meeting we talked about. It seems almost tame in comparison.
Well, it might not be as flashy as a cruise missile launching drone,
Right.
but it's still significant. Remember, it's all about that hydrographic survey mapping the ocean floor,
Yeah.
which might not sound exciting, but it's crucial for so many reasons.
Navigation, resource exploration.
Exactly. And it's a great example of soft power in action. India collaborating with a neighboring nation, sharing its expertise, building relationships.
Right. It's about strengthening those ties in the Indian Ocean region.
Exactly. And for the UPSC, this could tie into questions about India's maritime strategy, its foreign policy goals, even its approach to international collaborations.
Okay, so soft power, check. Now let's talk about something a bit less subtle. Those norovirus outbreaks. Not a fun topic, but definitely important.
Definitely not fun, but very important, especially in today's interconnected world.
Because a health issue in one country can easily...
Become a global concern.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think about how easily people travel these days. A virus can spread rapidly across borders.
It's like we're all connected, which is great in some ways, but
But it also means we're all vulnerable.
yeah. So this norovirus situation, it's like a reminder.
A reminder of the importance of strong public health systems, effective disease surveillance.
And international cooperation. We
Yeah.
can't tackle these challenges alone.
Exactly. Now let's take a break from these global issues and journey back in time, shall we? To the Sri Salem Temple.
Ah, yes. A little dose of history and culture,
It's not just about the stunning architecture.
which is amazing, by the way.
It's also about the layers of history embedded in those walls. The religious practices, the philosophical influence.
Right, like it's been around for centuries, witnessed so much. Exactly. The temple has connections to so many dynasties, Satavahanas, Kakatiyas, Vijayanagar kings, and then there's Adi Shankaracharya.
Right, with his Sivananda Lahiri, composed right there at the temple.
It's a tangible link to India's rich heritage. And for UPSC aspirants, it's a reminder that the past...
Shapes the present.
Exactly. It's amazing how much we've covered, right? From a fire in Mumbai to a high-tech drone in Turkey, all the way to a temple in Andhra Pradesh.
And somehow it all ties back to the UPSC syllabus. It's like
yeah,
you never know where those exam questions might come from.
exactly. That's why it's so important to stay informed, to connect the dots, to think critically about current events.
All right, so let's do a quick recap. Hit the highlights, so to speak, starting with that fire near Sanjay Gandhi National Park.
Right. A reminder that balancing urban development with environmental protection is a key challenge. It touches on themes like sustainable development, disaster management, and even the role of national parks in conservation.
Yeah, a lot more to it than meets the eye. Okay, now what about that Bayraktar Akinci drone? Such a fascinating piece of technology, but also a bit unsettling.
Definitely. It raises some serious questions about the future of warfare, the impact of autonomous weapon systems, the shifting balance of power in the world, all potential UPSC topics right there.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Next up, the India-Mauritius Hydrographic Survey. Less dramatic, perhaps, but still.
But still significant. It's a great example of soft power diplomacy. India is strengthening its ties with a key partner in the Indian Ocean region, and it highlights the importance of maritime security, international collaboration, and even scientific advancement.
Right. I hadn't really thought about it that way before. Okay, and then we had those norovirus outbreaks.
A stark reminder that public health is a global issue, and the UPSC could ask you about disease outbreaks, the role of international organizations like the WHO, the importance of public health infrastructure.
Yeah, we're all in this together, for better or for worse. And finally, the Sri Sailam Temple.
A journey back in time to a site that embodies India's rich cultural heritage. We talked about ancient history, temple architecture, the fusion of Shaivism and Shaktism, the legacy of Adi Shankaracharya.
It's amazing how much history is packed into that one place, and how those historical threads continue to influence India today.
Exactly. So there you have it. A whirlwind tour of current affairs, all through the lens of the UPSC exam.
Remember, folks, it's all about connecting the dots, understanding the bigger picture, and developing those analytical skills that will help you ace the exam.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning. And most importantly,
don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more UPSC-focused deep dives. We'll be back soon with another episode, breaking down the news and helping you navigate the world of current affairs. Until then, happy studying.